Hey, so if you're tuning into this video, I just want to say that you're probably going through something very hard right now. Either you've committed adultery or you've been cheated on. And I've been there. I've been cheated on. My first marriage ended because of a divorce that dealt with adultery. So this video is by no means to be taken lightly, but it's a very serious video because a lot of the choices you make after you get cheated on affect your life, you know, whether it's in the natural and the spiritual, but they do affect your life. So I want to go over some things of what you should not be doing right after you get cheated on. And so number one is do not repay evil for evil. You know, repaying evil for evil, usually you feel this, okay, he or she cheated on me, so I'm going to go and cheat on them now to make things even. As if though that somehow will fix things. Now in the flesh, it sort of feels like it will fix things. It's almost like, okay, you did this to me, I did that to you, you know how it feels. And so now we're even. Now we can be together again. Spiritually speaking, the thing about cheating is that it mainly harms yourself. The reason that you should not cheat is number one, for yourself, okay? Because you put a curse on your life when you commit adultery. Okay, the Bible says that the adulterer lacks sense, okay? The Bible says you reap what you sow. So you don't want to commit adultery for nothing. Committing adultery is a curse on your life. You put a curse on your life. You open the door to demons for your life. All right. And of course, you end up hurting the person that you said you loved at one point. Number two, do not make crazy decisions when you can't think straight. If you just got cheated on and you're watching this video, you probably can't think straight. Your emotions are all over the place. Right now, you need people around you, not alcohol and drugs, which is my next point. Okay, not alcohol and drugs, not anything that's going to make you think differently, feel differently. You're already not feeling yourself. You're already feeling insecure. You're already feeling, not confident. You feel like you need to bring that confidence back. You don't feel like you can trust anybody right now, especially not your spouse. And so right now, making decisions, crazy decisions, is not wise. Right now, the best thing to do is to surround yourself with wise people, with wise counsel. Wise friends, not friends that are inviting you to the club, not friends that are telling you to go cheat on your spouse, not friends that are telling you to go curse your life, basically, okay? Those are not friends, okay? They might have been friends of your past, but they're not really your friends if they're telling you to go do something you shouldn't be doing in the sight of God. Do not isolate yourself. This is not a time to isolate yourself. You just got cheated on. Isolating yourself is a bad idea. Go and tell trusted people of God what has happened to you. Let them help you carry the weight. Tell your pastor, if you're female, find female friends, okay? If you're male, find male friends, godly friends, wise counsel. Do not isolate yourself. Being alone is not good after you've been cheated on. It's important to find people that are going to care for you, that will help you carry the weight, people that you can text at any time. This is a time where you're going to find out who your real friends are. And number five, what you shouldn't do, don't tell your parents. I know that sounds like, well, you're telling me to find wise counsel. True, but don't tell your parents. Later, you can decide between you, God, and your spouse if you want to let parents know. But right off the bat, telling mom and dad is a bad idea because you're not going to have nice things to say about your spouse. And then later, if you do reconcile with your spouse, they're going to have a bad taste in their mouth about your spouse. So don't tell your parents what's going on. Mommy and daddy don't have to know everything. This is an adult matter. You're an adult now. If you were married and you're married and they cheated on you, that means you're an adult, okay? I don't care how old you are, if you're 18, 20, 22, if you got cheated on, this is a matter of adults. This is an adult matter, not mom and dad type of thing. Okay, now I just want to mention a couple of things that you should do. You should definitely tell your pastor. If you don't have a church, find one. This is a perfect time to find a church. Find a church talk to a pastor, talk to godly people, get godly counsel, because you need a lot of it right now, especially when you can't think straight. When you get cheated on, it's very hard to think because your emotions are all over the place. Your thoughts, you keep ruminating thoughts about him and her or her and him. You keep thinking the worst, the absolute worst. So you need a pastor or you need some godly counsel, godly leadership. Last but not least, I'll say this of what you should do. Seek counseling. Counseling works only as much as you put work into it. So seek counseling. I encourage you to seek counseling, professional counseling if possible, if it's in your budget to do that. Because, and when I say seek counseling, I'm not just saying like go seek counseling to reconcile. Even if you don't want to reconcile, seek counseling. You need to repair the damage done. You have been broken. I mean, you've been cheated on. You know, I read somewhere once, being cheated on is probably worse. A lot of people say that it feels worse than losing a loved one. Being cheated on is one of the worst, if not the worst, feeling you can feel in this lifetime that you live in. Being betrayed like that is a horrible feeling. I know, I went through it. And I can tell you right now, it's the biggest trauma of my life. Okay? Now, I healed from it, you know, it was a long time ago, 10 years ago. But still, you know, when I think about what happened, I can't help but be like, wow, that was very painful. That was very hard to go through. Okay? Especially when it's not just one time. It's like a repeated offense. Which leads to my last thing. You don't have to stay in this marriage, okay? Jesus said that is the only way you can get out of a marriage, okay? Now, having said that, I always encourage, if it happened one time, to forgive your spouse. Forgive them. If you can reconcile, if they're a wonderful person, and this was a one-time thing, why not? I've seen some of the best marriages come out of adultery. So why not? If, on the other hand, it's a repeated offense, they keep doing this over and over and over. And like in my situation, that's what happened. I got to the point where I was like, this is foolish of me to stay in this. I'm not staying in this. We had kids together, and I still divorced her because she wouldn't stop. I warned her. I said, hey, if you keep coming home at 6, 7 in the morning, I'm going to divorce you. You do this one more time, I'm done. And that's exactly what happened. So, you know, you have to, you know, and I took my mother's example because my mother unfortunately divorced because my father committed adultery on her. And she divorced him loving him. You can divorce somebody even though you love them because you know it's the right thing to do. You never want to stay with somebody because of the kids, okay? That is a foolish idea. In my personal opinion, that is not a wise plan because you're going to teach the kids see, okay? Children see. And what are you going to teach them? That two people that can live together, even though they don't love each other, can live together, still be together, and so you're teaching them the wrong thing. Don't run to divorce. I personally don't think divorce is God's best, but if it's unrepentant sin, you have a right to leave that person. Even if you have the feelings for them, even if you still love them, even if you have all these deeps, of course you're going to have feelings for them. You've been loving this person, okay? But is it really the wise thing to do to stay with them if they keep cheating on you? Hey, let's have a discussion about this. Leave a comment below. Email me. Tell me what you think. You know what I mean? This is a really hard thing to talk about. It's a thing that you shouldn't be doing alone. So maybe anybody in the discussion can help you. Please make the comments amicable, as people could be going through a very sensitive time right now. And also, if you really like this video, please give it a like and please consider subscribing. It will really help YouTube get this video out to people who are going through this, people who are suffering right now, people who are not in a good state. It'll bring them some level of relief, I hope. I pray and hope it does. I pray and hope this video has blessed you. Until next time.